Today's tale sees us once again playing Domina on pro gamer difficulty, so the hardest difficulty there is. And we're going to see if we can't make it to the end here. Try our best. So first off, we're going to buy a couple of things here from the market. We need to hire on some staff. The old architect, he's going to be first up. Favor's going to be next. And where you at, my Sacridos friend? You are going to be last up. So, the reason I hire these three is because the Favor lets you repair your equipment, lets you upgrade your equipment for free, which saves you money, and he also cheapens the equipment when you buy it. So you have to research all these things, but it's some of the best stuff to research. Next up, the Architect. He lets you basically build all the stuff you need for your Ludus. So things like the Palace, which will increase training, gather stones, basically helps with strength training, and those sort of things. And the Sacridos, he gives us a few prayers, which we get in pretty quick, and they help along the way. So I'll show you some of the prayers in a second. But first, we're going to go to the Doctor and we're going to enable automatic training, and we're going to enable humility here. So that'll be the first thing we train, and then we'll get aimed attack. Next up, we're going to grab our gladiators here, and we're going to start them training on meditate. So I always start them on meditation because it increases the AI skill, and I never fight these fights. I always let the AI fight, and generally at 100 they do really well. At 0 they do a garbage. So we're gonna have a look at what do we got here. So we're Gladiators. We're gonna upgrade your sword here, make it the best it is. So I always upgrade that first because he's gonna have to fight anyway. And if we give him something decent, at least he will do well in the first fight. Which you need to always win, since without it you're going to be dirt poor. We're going to try and get... So Sacridos is going to Predamas to basically make the AI fight better, which always helps. Architect, he's going to build us a palace, which will decrease the training time on gladiators when they fight it. We're going to enable automatic repair here, so he will repair any armor on the Faber. Basically he's the blacksmith, right? And we're going to do automatic upgrade as his first bit of training here, so that we get some free gear. We're going to order these guys around a bit. We've got humility trained here, so next up is going to be aimed attack. Sacridos is done, so he's going to do a prayer to Venus here because we need some healing. And lastly, we're going to buy some food, wine, and water. So the wine is to get these guys as drunk as we can. The old magistrate here, Magistrate Verus, because I can't be bothered pronouncing that first name. We're going to suggest that he looks after one of our gladiators here now that he's agreeable, and he should hopefully do that, so he'll pay for his food and water. Next up, we will do the same to the legate here, and he's now agreeable, so we will go and suggest some patronage, and he'll look after one. So basically he picked the garbage ones. Excellent. And we're going to be fighting Fabius up first. He has 0 AI skill, which is probably good for us because we've probably got all of 15. But at least we do substantial damage here, 41 versus his 27. The other guy's got a few victories under his belt there, but hopefully old Gladius here. Let's go, Gladius. It's going to be your new name, my friend. Gladius versus Fabius. Alright, Plat. Get in there, stab him. Alright, he's done a bit of damage. It's pretty even though. 40, 90. Ooh, come on, get him. You got to win this fight, my friend. Thank you, sir. And what did we win? Hopefully we got maybe a slave. Alright, we got some slaves. We got some food, some wine, some water. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get old Gladius here healing up. Sacridos, he's finished his prayer. So next prayer is to Apollo, because we want to occasionally just get some random upgrades to gladiator strength. Next up, we're going to get some food, wine, and water. And we are going to do our best to keep these guys as happy as we can for as long as we can. We're going to get another palace built up here. So the palace is built here. It'll help out anyone who's put there to train. Next up is going to be we're going to get defense here. So prayer to Juno. to help with the old defense training. Everybody is building something. Everybody is doing something. We're going to get our new slaves here. They need to be meditating as much as they can. We've got 5 days till our next battle. Should be alright. Next up, we're going to do the occasional upgrade to gladiator weapon. It actually means weapon skill, not the damn weapon. So we'll do that one next. We're going to get our aimed attack in here. So we're going to get blade control trained up. So blade control gives us 25% more damage, which is always handy. We're going to try and maintain a bit more wine here. So we're going to send, we got 3 days. So we'll send some wine to keep him satisfied. And we'll send some wine to keep him satisfied. So as you can see, it goes down pretty quick, right? So with these fights, you'll never be able to keep them happy. Next up, we're going to get the Praetor Vulcan. So at some point, you're going to be fighting some really unruly battles, but that's fine. And last but not least, Praetor Neptune, so that we can basically consume some water and get some wine. I'm not ever sure how he does that, but I have a feeling he drinks it and pees it out. Alright, what do we got here? Libinus. Well, Libinus. Alright, luckily old Platty here. He's all trained up. Well, he's all healed up. We got some decent slaves. 59, man. These health points are not the greatest. Not the greatest at all. At least he's got 35 AI now, so we are fighting 11 versus 35. So Platty, he should be able to handle this fight pretty well. He does a fair bit of damage. So, fingers crossed. He is up against Libinius though, and Libinius does have 160 health. Ooh, that's not good. Come on, my friend, you gotta do more damage than that. You gotta get in there. Deal some critical hits, my friend. Chop some legs off. Ooh, there we go, he did actually chop a leg off. Well done, Platty. Well done. He got us some water and some food there. I think we might give you some extra damage there. Looks like the next palace is up. We'll probably start gathering some stones. We're going to make sure that these guys are all training here. 85, looking pretty good. Keep you healing, sir. Sacridos is done. You, sir, need to automatically upgrade things. So the automatic upgrade is never ticked once it gets done, so you always have to make sure that that is done. We might get a improved anvil, or we could look at getting some we might get some upgrades to armor here, just so that we can start purchasing some armor. Everybody is doing their thing. We're going to get some food, wine, and water. And see, these guys are going to get more and more expensive. So 32. We basically can't afford to keep them happy anymore. Which is where it gets dangerous for us, because they will slowly get more and more unhappy with us. Shield control is up next, since most of my guys are running shields here. What else have we got? We're going to get gather stones done here. Next up is more gathering stones. Got to keep an eye on the training here. So meditate gets done really quick. We are going to do this though. So agility, I always ram down to basically nothing. We're going to do this actually. You want to let me do stuff a little? So I always prioritize strength for more HP. Here you can see what it does. It basically increases hit points, attack damage, and defense resilience. Takes the longest to train, but I feel like it's the best. Defense is basically, you know, how much you can resist, and then weapon increases your damage, and so on. So I feel like agility increases your movement speed. I don't feel like it's great, right? Like, I don't think it really adds much to the character. I might be wrong. I could be wrong. It could be the godliest skill around, but I've yet to see it really do much. So, we're going to keep going with the food, wine, and water here. We might start looking at throwing some equipment on this guy. We do want to hold out, though, because armor will be done soon. We're not going to get anything here. We're going to buy some more food, wine, and water, and we're going to try and keep these guys a little bit less pissed off with us.
Agreed.
just so that the next few battles are maybe alright. I say maybe alright, it's probably going to be garbage though. Oh, it's not bad. This guy does a bit of damage there. Let's see. So I still do 55 versus his 31. His defense is pretty good. We've yet to really start getting skills going there, but his AI skill is pretty garbage. 16. So I think old Platty, he's up against Arena. Irene, eh? Well, Irene, I think you should have stayed in your Ludus, my friend. Ooh, actually, you're doing pretty well against old Platty. Oh, looks like Platty took half his health in damage there, but at least he came out triumphant. We did get ourselves another slave here. Platty, you're going to need to heal up, my friend. You now have 100% there, though. So we're going to make sure that this is 0 for you. Everybody else is at 90. You need to be training. You are healing. Everybody looks pretty good. I did hear... What did I hear? Some more gather stones. Get that done. Looks like we're going to be done with this in a second. So, next up for the Dr. Ray is going to be polearm defense into deep breathing. So the reason I go this way is not so much for the polearm defense, but the deep breathing. Because anything that lets your guys survive longer in battle is great. And deep breathing lets your gladiator slowly get some health back. So we're going to buy some more food, wine, and water. We can probably start easing up soon on the wine and water. These guys are really unhappy with us. Did we get any decent cards? We got no cards. Alright, a healthy horse is found on the roadside by your villa. You have little need. I kind of want to sell it. The magistrate and the legate, they're going to get unhappy with me anyway, and the coins are probably worth it. Alright, great. We're going to look at trying to purchase some gladiators as well. So we've got 452 here. I'm looking for people with decent health. Not so concerned about what they are rocking equipment-wise, but health-wise is where I want to be. So we got old Stag here, or OV. Probably go for Stag, just because he has a bit more healthy. Although his attack is well trained, and his defense. Actually, we'll go for OV here. Gonna purchase him up. Is anyone else looking as good? Nah. OV. Come on. Ovi, get into my place here. We're gonna heal you up, sir. Gonna get you meditating. Ovi's gonna hop up here. We got everything coming along. We're probably gonna need some more palaces here. What do we got? 3 days till our next battle. We are doing fairly well on the wine and water. We can probably ease up on the wine soon. Alright, so we are done with the armor. So we got 2 days here. The shields are not cheap, but the armor should be a bit cheaper. So we might get him some better gear here. We'll definitely upgrade that. How's your helmet looking? Ah, I shouldn't have done the helmet. Helmets are not cheaper yet. Get him some Centurion mail as well. Get his legs a little bit more upgraded. So at least the next battle he goes into, he should be a little bit better off. Faber. Ooh. Don't want the Dr. Ray doing nothing. We're going to get deep breathing here. The Faber, we might look at probably weapons next. Weapons are always really expensive. We can ease up on the food situation here. So, what are we up against here? We are up against Mr. Wooden Gladius. Man, imagine running out with a wooden stick and being like, here's your wooden Gladius, now go do battle. Thanks, mate, thanks. So we are going to send in old Platty again. Platty does 61 damage now. Platty is doing well. Hopefully Ovi will do just as well when he gets well trained. So this guy is pretty underleveled, which is good for us. Good for us indeed. We will get some decent gold out of this and a slave. So in goes Platty. I'm still concerned about his hit points there, but Platty versus Tannis. Come on, Platty. Ooh, don't know how this would do so much damage getting hit with that wooden sword. I suppose if he rammed it in your face, it might hurt a fair bit. Platty's come out pretty well. He did take half his health though. Come on, Platty, you need some better training here. Alright, we're gonna build our last palace here. Next up, all our gear is getting repaired. Everything's getting trained. Keep an eye on these guys. Actually, there's all our slaves. How are our slaves doing? You're 100. Anyone mistraining? You are mistraining. That was my mistake. Alright, you are basically trained up here. We'll probably get you a wooden gladius here, just so that it doesn't have to get repaired. Everything else is kind of getting upgraded. Architect, so we've got... I really wish you could pause so you could see around this. We might get another gather stones. Okay, so there is one more spot up here. We are deep breathing. Good, good, good. Next up will be disarming weapons and the critical strike. Just so that we do have the chance to do critical strikes. Food is looking good. We might see if we can bribe one of these guys with a bit of wine here. At least make him upset. And him upset. Doesn't sound great, but it is better than what they were before. Next up, I might just leave him... I might just leave the improved for now. I would like to look at doing shields soon, because these guys are going to want their shields upgraded. We've got 2 days till the next battle, so we still don't have any great cards here, and we are starting to get the bad battles here. It's probably a 1 versus many. Excellent, I thought it would be. We'll probably just chuck this out the window, this one, because I don't really care about throwing my guys into this meat grinder. And at this level, I don't really see consolation prizes come through that much, so we're just going to reject the terms on that one. So I don't see any point in just throwing people into this anymore. Flash Flood! Alright, it's damaged both the villas of the legate and the magistrate. What should we do here? The legate is probably the better option here. Since the magistrate is already pissed with us. So we'll try. Alright, he declines our offer, but he is pleased. Excellent. And this guy is even more upset with us. And so now we are flooding, so we're going to have to be careful of the food, wine, and water here, because I suspect we will not be able to buy any soon. So, have you got stones? It doesn't look like you have stones. So we've got stones for this one incoming. After that, I think we will do probably... We might do baths. And then once into baths, we will fire the architect. So 5 guys training is generally good enough here. Yeah, so we can no longer buy food or water because of the flood that's going on. So hopefully, okay, these chained. If these are chained, I will send a guy in. Okay, they are chained. What are we up against here? We are up against Aruntus. So he does 34 damage. He has 65 AI. His defense isn't huge. It's not huge. Let's have a look. Whoa, sir, where did you come from? Were you like my previous guy, but suddenly you got your armor completely upgraded? That looks like a fairly good upgrade to your armor there. So let's have a look. 64. Okay, so we've got about 49 defense. I think we should be able to take this guy. So the real disaster that could happen here is that one of these lines breaks free and takes my guy down. But we're going to need the money soon, so we're going to take the risk. I don't mind so much the chained ones, as long as my guy can get the guy down fast. Come on, kill him. Ooh. Oh my god, it's free! Oh my god! That guy just got eaten. So that is the real risk with these fights, is that they get free and target your guy. We did get a bit of crowd favor there, so that is good. Especially considering that my guy is worth a fair bit now. So we still can't buy any food here. What are we going to want here? Alright, so we got the last of the palaces done, right? What do we want to do? I probably want to fire this guy now and start getting the educator in. Just because with the educator we can start doing some fairly good damage. So we're going to get the educator in. And the educator is going to start doing anatomy. So anatomy lets you do 25% more damage and 25% more critical hit chance. That is huge, right? That is huge. And I have been really badly paying attention to my meditation here. So everyone only looks pretty good. So we're going to start fixing some of these up as well. Because I do want these guys to be the best of the best. You are still training along. You sir are finished. You sir are done. We got 4 days till our next battle. We're hoping that Gladiator will be done here. Sacrados is nearly done. We're going to want some better shields soon. Did we get... No, we didn't get a card. Alright, so that is done. We are still not able to buy any food, wine, or water. This guy is getting some good upgrades to himself. We got 1 day. Come on. Come on. Oof, nearly missed it. We're going to want to upgrade the shield somewhat. Next up, we're probably going to want to... Those are really expensive. Everything else is pretty okay. Can we hire any decent gladiators here? Probably not you. Let's have a look at the cheaper ones. Nope. You're garbage. You, sir, are not the greatest. How about you? 19 attack. You're pretty good, actually. And you've got a fairly decent pool of hit points. So we might hire you on. Just to give us a bit of resilience. For in case we lose someone. Oh, and here's our next fight. Alright, so this fight looks like garbage. Even if these are chained, there's no way I'm taking a 1 versus 4. So you can go away with that. You, sir, can start getting healed. You need to start meditating. I'm going to assume that... Where's the 100? There he is. And let's go like this. You, sir, are good to fairly much go. Everybody else is doing pretty alright. Doing alright. So what we're going to want to start doing soon is... We're going to start having to look at... educators done. We're going to have to start looking at doing pit fights. We're definitely going to do focus so that the training times are decreased here. And what else we got? So he's nearly healed. He is getting a lot of upgrades. Come on, mate. Just help out Platty here. He needs some help. So we're going to forget about that. These guys are super unhappy with us. What are you sending in? Alright, this guy's got 5 victories, old Marcus. 88 AI, 58 damage. He's got some decent gear on him. Let's have a look at what Platty would be doing. How much health have you got? 164 versus 148. We do 84 damage to the doo-doo. He's got slightly more armor, but our defense is a little bit better. Alright. I think we could take this fight. Might be close. The health difference is a real concern here. But we'll take this fight. Old Marcus versus Platty. Come on, Platty. I do need some more money, so I do need you to do a little bit better in this fight. Alright, Platty's done a big hit. Come on, Platty. Oh, Platty is down. Platty is down. So the other thing that's really difficult about this level of game is you guys tend to just die, right? They muck up, they stuff up, they die. And we're going to need to probably start looking at pit fights in a second. because we are minus cash here. And for the pit fight, we're going to have to upgrade this man's weapon so that he can at least pit fight. We've got 3 days till the next battle. And what do we got here? In a drunken gambling frenzy. 15 coins. Well, I definitely don't like my cousin. I am really sorry, sir. But you are an idiot. Your brother-in-law is gone. Good day to you, sir. Good day. We're going to see what battle we get up against first before we send in old Salvinus. Otherwise, we got critical strike done. So next up, we're probably going to go towards attack vector to increase the attack speed with all of our weapons, and then we will head towards. Actually, we should go for the rolling here. And there's also the automatic yield, although they tend not to get time to yield, they tend to just die. We'll probably go for aim defense though. And what are we up against? Alright, I would have preferred this fight. Let's see if you can do this. How do you compare? So you're going to do 73 damage versus his 34, because he's got a wooden stick fairly much. It's not good for him. Not good for him. Do you have a bit more defense? Alright, I think you've got this, my friend. I think you've got this, Selby. Better not let me down like Platty, because he just died on me. And unfortunately, you don't have a lot of hit points here, my friend. So, oh my god, don't just swing in the air. Come on, you got this. You got this, buddy. Well, he is. He's actually taking you apart, my friend. Oof, that was close. Indeed. Alright, we got a card finally. And we're going to need some healing here. And with that, we're going to take a break. Tune in next time for more episodes of Domina. Hey guys, thanks again for watching. If you like what you've seen, hit that subscribe button. Or leave me a comment on anything you want to see in the future.